Your next OAS deposit is coming on March 27, 2026. And if you have not yet confirmed how the latest quarterly adjustment affects your file, you could be leaving real money unclaimed before that date arrives. My name is Joseph, and welcome to Canada Pension Guide, the channel that breaks down your retirement benefits in plain, honest language, so you always know exactly where you stand. Here is what we know right now. For the January to March 2026 quarter, the maximum monthly OAS pension for Canadians aged 65 to 74 is $742.31. For those aged 75 and older, that maximum rises to $816.54. These are the verified figures published by Service Canada following the latest CPI-based quarterly indexation. And starting April 1st, those numbers go up again because Service Canada has already confirmed a further 0.1% increase for the April to June 2026 quarter, bringing the total annual OAS growth to 2.1% compared to April of last year. That is real compounding progress built into your benefit. But here is the number that is getting the most attention in the retirement community right now, and it is the number I want to make sure you understand correctly before this video is over. A combined monthly total of $108.74 or higher. That figure is real. It is verified. And in a few minutes, I am going to show you exactly who qualifies for it, how the calculation works, and what one specific form most retirees overlook every single July that can quietly reduce that total without any warning. So stay with me, because the details matter here. Let us start with the foundation. The Old Age Security Program is a federal monthly benefit available to most Canadians aged 65 and older who meet the residency requirements established by Service Canada. Unlike the Canada Pension Plan, which is based on your lifetime contributions, OAS is based primarily on how long you have lived in Canada after the age of 18. To receive the full OAS pension, you generally need at least 40 years of Canadian residency after age 18. If you have fewer than 40 years, you may still be eligible for a partial pension, subject to review and approval by Service Canada. Now, the $108.74 figure. This is not OAS alone. What brings a monthly benefit to that level is the combination of your OAS pension and the Guaranteed Income Supplement known as the GIS. The GIS is a separate, non-taxable benefit paid on top of OAS to lower-income seniors living in Canada. It is income tested, meaning the amount you may receive is based on your net annual income from the previous calendar year. For a single senior with little to no income outside of their OAS pension, the maximum GIS benefit for the current period can be as high as $108.74 monthly, and when you add the OAS pension on top of that, eligible seniors under 75 may be receiving a combined total of approximately $1,851.05 per month. For those aged 75 and over, that combined total rises even further because of the permanent 10% OAS enhancement that took effect in 2022. This is not a bonus. This is not a one-time payment. This is the regular monthly benefit these seniors are entitled to, and many of them do not realize the full amount they should be receiving. Let me slow down and make sure this part is absolutely clear. OAS and GIS adjust every 3 months. Service Canada reviews rates in January, April, July, and October of every year to ensure your payments reflect changes in Canada's cost of living, as measured by the Consumer Price Index. Your payment cannot go down due to deflation. It can only stay the same or go up. That protection is built into the program. What this means for you right now is that your March 27th payment will reflect the current Q1 2026 rates, and your April 28th payment will reflect the newly confirmed Q2 increase. You do not have to do anything to receive that increase. It is automatic, as long as your file with Service Canada is current and accurate. And this brings me to something I want to pause on because it is the detail I mentioned at the start of this video that most retirees overlook every single year. Every July, Service Canada recalculates your GIS amount based on your tax return from the previous year. This is the annual GIS renewal. Your 2025 tax return filed in the spring of 2026 will determine your GIS payment from July 2026 through June 2027. If you file your taxes late, even one day after the April 30th deadline, your GIS can be interrupted. It does not just adjust, it stops. And when it stops, you have to apply to have it reinstated, which creates a gap in your income that is genuinely difficult for many seniors to manage. Filing your 2025 tax return on time, even if you have very little income to report, is one of the single most important steps a GIS recipient can take before the end of April. Now I want to ask you a question directly, and I genuinely want your answer in the comments below. I would like to hear from you. Which province are you filing from, and has the rising cost of living in 2026 actually changed how far your monthly pension payment goes? Comment your province and your honest experience below. Your response helps this community, and it helps me understand what topics matter most to you in the weeks ahead. Now let us talk about the clawback, because this is where a lot of higher income seniors get caught off guard, often without realizing it until tax time arrives. OAS is subject to what Service Canada calls a recovery tax. Most Canadians know it simply as the OAS clawback. For the 2026 benefit year, if your net world income exceeds $95,323, your OAS benefit begins to be reduced. For every dollar of net income above that threshold, 15 cents of your OAS is recovered. For seniors aged 65 to 74, full recovery occurs at an income of approximately $154,708. For those aged 75 and over, the upper threshold is $160,647 because their OAS amount is higher due to the 10% enhancement. Here is what many retirees do not anticipate. Certain income sources can push you over that $95,323 threshold in a single year income that does not feel like income at the time. A large RRSP or RRIF withdrawal, the sale of a property, a lump sum payment from a defined benefit pension, a severance settlement. These can all appear on your tax return as net world income and trigger a clawback that takes effect the following July. If you are approaching that threshold, this is the year to speak with a qualified tax professional about income smoothing strategies, things like TFSA withdrawals instead of RRIF drawdowns, or pension income splitting with a lower earning spouse. The GIS earnings exemption is another detail worth knowing. If you are working while receiving GIS, the first $5,000 of employment income is fully exempt from the GIS income calculation. The next $10,000 is counted at 50%. So you can earn up to $15,000 from employment in a year with only $5,000 counting against your GIS eligibility. That is a meaningful and underused provision. Now here are 3 clear action steps you can take this week to make sure your file is accurate and your payments are protected. Step 1. Log into your My Service Canada account and verify your current OAS and GIS payment amounts. Compare what you see there against the Q1 2026 rates, $742.31 if you are between 65 and 74, $816.54 if you are 75 or older. If those numbers do not match what is currently showing on your file, use the secure messaging function inside your account to flag the discrepancy directly with Service Canada. Step 2. Pull out your T4A OAS slip for the 2025 tax year. Box 18 shows your total OAS benefits paid. Box 20 shows any OAS benefits you repaid due to a previous clawback. That repaid amount in Box 20 is deductible on your 2025 Return Online 23-200 of your tax form. It is one of the most commonly missed deductions in Canada, and it belongs to you. Step 3. Confirm your direct deposit information with Service Canada is completely up to date. A missed or delayed payment is almost always tied to outdated banking details or an address that was not updated after a move. Take 5 minutes this week to log in and verify. That one confirmation prevents a missed March 27th deposit. Here is what I want to leave you with today. The Canadian Retirement System OAS, CPP, GIS, it is layered, it is complex, and it does not always communicate its own rules clearly. But that complexity is not something you have to carry alone. Every update, every adjustment, every quarterly change, I am going to keep translating it into plain language for this community so that you always know what is happening, what it means for your file, and exactly what to do next. You did not build your life in this country to be confused by the system that is meant to support you. These benefits exist because you earned them, and understanding them fully, confidently, completely, is one of the most important things you can do for yourself and for your family right now. If this video gave you something useful today, I want to ask you to share it with one person you know who is approaching 65 or already receiving OAS. One conversation could make a real difference in what they collect every month. And if you are not yet subscribed to Canada Pension Guide, please do that now. Every week I bring you verified updates, plain language breakdowns, and the kind of steady guidance that helps you approach your retirement with confidence instead of confusion. This is Joseph from Canada Pension Guide. Stay informed, stay steady, and I will see you in the next one.